Hi everybody, I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope we're all continuing to grow, operate in love and light. I asked a couple days ago for some insight, some inspiration to give out a message on lust, because at this point it's an epidemic. And a lot of people struggle with it. There's a lot of people who don't want to deal with it, don't want to struggle with it. And they can't help it, or so they think. I wanted to give a message out to help those people, to help you, because you're here for a reason. Lust, sexual lust. I'm just gonna be open, honest here. If you can't handle this conversation maturely, then you shouldn't be here. Maybe you shouldn't even have a phone. Okay, maybe you're just not old enough, because it's really real, and we're not gonna sit here and act like this isn't something that pretty much everyone has dealt with. We're not gonna act like anyone's supposed to be flawless, but what we are going to do is be real, honest with ourselves, realistic, and we're gonna grow. Usually wouldn't give a disclaimer like that, but I don't know, I just feel like I have to. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you don't want to deal with lust. You don't purposefully, intentionally indulge in it. If you do, then I would suggest taking some other steps before watching this video, like praying and asking yourself what it is that's really important to you in life, and at least taking some steps to attempt not to indulge. But consider these things, of course. Pray for a clean heart and pure desires. I want to start by saying there's more than one type of lust, of course, but just know that when I say it, I mean sexual. If you have fallen because of lust, know that you're not a bad person, but you have some work to do. Especially in this day and age, we have technology, lots of it. We have the internet, we have social media. We have things like surgery. And a lot of things are normalized that shouldn't be, or that used to not be. Right? Like the way we dress. You even have, and it's just so scary to even think about, but you even have underage girls dressing, dancing provocatively. You don't know how old they are. It's like you don't try to fall into it. You don't try to look at things, but it's like it just overtakes you. You can't even open Instagram without seeing something, right? So let me start by saying this. Get off social media. You need to take a break. I, as a straight woman, I can't say I fully get it. I'm not a man. I know there's going to be some women here, but probably mostly men. Okay? So I don't know the full extent of how it goes. But if I can scroll on social media and I don't like these posts, I don't look for it, and it's all up in my face, butts, chests, twerking constantly. Oh yeah, I get it. I get it to an extent. But we have to take accountability for ourselves and also just know how to block these things out. So if social media is the fall of you with your lust, get off. Everybody needs breaks from social media for security reasons, confidence. Okay, social media is very dangerous. It can be. It can be a tool. It can be great. It can be dangerous. It can be detrimental even to your mind. You see somebody, they seem to have a perfect life. They're so happy. They have a perfect body. They have the perfect spouse, a perfect family. But the whole time, they're keeping up an image. They're depressed. They have a failing marriage. Like, you have no idea. And you see Oh my gosh, it's more women than men on there that have seductive ways about them bodies all up in your face. So it's definitely hard. Can't even go to the grocery store without double D's in your eyeballs. So I'm silly, but you should be able to handle that. Okay, look the other way. I'm serious. It's really as simple as I might make it sound. It's like that's what you have to do. Look away, get off, go home, whatever you have to do. The more you look, the more you're allowing it into your mind. If you find yourself getting to the point where you're committing a sin that you didn't want to do, if you're with somebody and you're betraying them, or you know if you were to be with somebody, you wouldn't be able to handle it, consider this. To even get that far, to get into the act of committing adultery, cheating on your spouse, you have to take many steps to get there. It takes many steps. Okay, first you have the thought. You have the thought. Well, you might start by looking. Matthew 5:27. You have heard it was said by the people of ancient times, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you, whoever looks on a woman or man with lust has already committed adultery with her in his heart. In his heart. Okay? So it goes into your desires. You're falling into it because this is what you desire. And so you need to cleanse. Okay? Pray and cleanse, first of all. First step to cleansing again. Get rid of, you have to stop opening doors. Stop opening the doors to adultery. Why are you going to the club knowing what you're going to see there? You want to go out with your homeboys? Or go out to eat? Go play at Top Golf? Go bowling? Why do you have to go to the club? Okay, if they're pulling you there, maybe you need to rethink who your friends are. You have a coworker, okay? Like, oh, why don't we just go to lunch real quick, on break? Why would you go there? Knowing that, especially as a man, you're spending intimate time with her. Why open that door? A woman texts you, wants to talk to you. It's not strictly business. It's not formal. Why are you talking to her? Stop opening the doors to adultery. Stop opening the doors to sin. You find yourself scrolling on social media. That's an addiction. Okay, first of all, that's an addiction. It definitely can be. You find yourself just chilling, having some downtime. You're just sitting on your phone, wanting to relax. Next thing you know, you're scrolling. You don't even know how you got there. As soon as you realize it, just exit it off. Okay? Delete it. Delete the app if you have to. Have some self-control. Have some self-awareness. Have some respect for yourself enough to not even open the door. That's second, besides the thought. Okay? Either you open the door, or when somebody opened it for you, you walk through it. Why would you walk through a door knowing there's snakes on the other side? Knowing it's a pit on the other side. You looked through the door, you saw what was there. You knew what could happen if you walked through that door. You knew who could come through if you opened it. Don't play it off as innocent, like, oh, we were just friends. We were just being friendly. I was just being nice. Or, oh, we were just going to have fun. No. No. You can't make these excuses and then say, oh my goodness, why did I do this? Why did I do this? 1 Thessalonians 4:3 tells you, you have to have possession over your own vessel. Have enough respect for yourself. Have enough love for yourself to say, this person, this spirit, doesn't deserve to have this access to me, does not deserve to have possession over my body. You have to look at it that way. You are disrespecting, you are hurting, you are damaging your own body when you give access to any and everybody or whoever, whatever. You will betray your own heart when you betray somebody you love, because you lack self-control, because you lack discernment, because you opened doors or you walked through doors knowing what it was going to lead to. I didn't mean to deliver this message so sternly, but I guess I needed to. All right? Because we got to be honest. Let's take a look at 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. How about 15? Do not love the world, nor the things that are in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passes away with the lust that is in it. But he who does the will of the Heavenly Father abides forever. Lust of the eyes. Again, stop looking. Let's talk about lust of the flesh, okay? In the context of the sexual lust. You don't have to look, but you feel the urge. This is another form of addiction. You have to abstain. Just like with any other addiction, treat this the same. You have to stop indulging. If you have a habit of pleasuring yourself, you have to abstain. You have to have some self-control. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Just like with anything else. But that is another form of fasting. That is a form of cleansing. You have to be able to do it. Now, with sexual energy is also a creative energy. So when you feel these urges, get into something creative. Get your mind off of it. You have to distract yourself. Occupy your mind in other ways. Occupy your body in other ways. Get out, release energy in other ways. Exercise yourself. Work out. Go for a jog. Play some sports. Exercise that spirit from you, that energy out of you, and the pride of life. Pride, selfishness, ego, seeking attention. It makes you feel good to know that somebody will give their body to you. Seeking attention, you want to seek for people to give themselves to you. Let me tell you this, and don't take this the wrong way, but you're seeking love in all the wrong forms. You have to love yourself. You're seeking for love in whatever ways that you're used to. You have to get used to loving yourself. When you love yourself, it doesn't matter who shows you love. You don't need them to show you. How do you love yourself? Spend time with yourself. Get to know yourself. Go on dates by yourself. Figure out, go back into the things that make you happy, the hobbies you like, again, which will release some of that creative energy. You have to be secure in yourself. The more time you spend looking to others, the less love you have for yourself. I have other videos talking about loving yourself. So if you need to, go back. That's where that comes from. And you may not realize it. I didn't realize it, even though it was after I had overcame sexual lust, after I've been abstinent and didn't feel the need to go after certain things anymore, after I stopped indulging in certain things. I didn't realize that when I felt bad about myself, when I lacked confidence, my first instinct was to try to contact somebody or get attention from somebody who may like me. And that's just being real. A lot of us do that. A lot of us struggle with that. Before you do that, be aware of that, okay? Sometimes, and a lot of this stuff you may have already known, but sometimes you have to hear it in order to really realize it. Or sometimes you have to say it to really realize it. That's where like journaling, counseling comes in. Because sometimes it's not about what they can tell you. It's about what you can realize about yourself. That's just like a side note, but it's very important as well. Steps to adultery. You have sight, you have thoughts, you have the door openers. You've also made excuses to stay on the other side of that door. You have to understand that the thought also, what you think is you manifesting that to happen. Stop thinking about it, distract yourself. Because the more you think about it, the more you look at it, the more you are going to manifest it, and the more it becomes a desire in your heart. Get into self-care. Distract yourself with something else. Don't distract yourself with drugs. Don't distract yourself with food. Okay? Distract yourself with something healthy. Distract yourself with creative endeavors. Now, you've already got that stuff down. It's like, okay, I get that. But I don't go looking for this stuff. I don't try. I don't indulge in anything. So why do I still feel this urge to do things? Get this. Remember this. Let's get into a bit of science here. And some spiritual people, religious people, do away with science. But actually, spirituality and science, it all goes together. It goes hand in hand. Everything holds energy. It's scientific. Okay, there's a video. This is a great video. I suggest you watch. It's like 4 minutes long, I think. It's called Everything is Energy, I believe. And he describes how the very core of matter, of every molecule, every atom, the core to what makes that up, to what makes up that, to what makes up that, is energy. Pure energy. Okay, so we are in an energy field. Everything you see, everything you touch, everything you see, smell, is energy. Objects, inanimate objects, hold energy. I mean, it's even the basic laws that you were probably taught in school. An object in motion stays in motion. Object at rest stays at rest. Because it holds energy. Now, apply this to your everyday objects that you use. Me, for example, I would go all day, perfectly fine. No urges, no nothing. Until I lay down in my bed at night. Now I feel an urge. My bed held that energy. It was actually a channeled message that I did recently on TikTok. And the Holy Spirit said that if you're having bad dreams, to clean your bed area. Okay? Wash your sheets. If you can, vacuum your mattress. Get new pillows if you have to. Sweep under your bed. Clean the whole bedroom, but especially clean the bed area because it holds energy. Okay? Clear it of dirt. It has to be cleansed. Okay? Objects hold energy as well. Your couch. If every time you sit on your couch you eat instead of at the dinner table, every time you sit down on that couch, you're going to be hungry. Or if you eat in your bed, same thing. Once you do that, that'll help. It helps. On the same topic of things holding energy, ask yourself, who are you surrounding yourself with? What places do you go? Again, are you going to the strip club or are you going to chess club? What music do you listen to? What are you allowing into your portals? Your eyes, your ears? Hey, what are you allowing to touch you? Are you allowing sexual spirits to touch your hair or to touch your skin? As much as people want to sit here and say, oh, I have self-control, I have a strong mind, I can listen to whatever music because it's not going to affect me. And then you wonder why you struggle with the things that the people in the music are talking about. Why you feel angry, why you're argumentative, why you're promiscuous, why you love money. Who and what are you surrounding yourself with? What are you allowing into yourself? What are you coming into agreement with? The more you say yes, the more it will come. Don't make excuses because you want to continue to indulge in certain things like music. There are so many talented spiritual artists out there. You're not missing anything by cutting out people who have sold their souls. The music industry is a whole different topic in itself that I could go on and on about. Continue to pray about it. You know, be guided, but listen when the Most High God is speaking to you. You can do this. But remember that this is a spiritual war. And remember that it starts with you. You can't fight spiritual with physical. And don't give up. Keep trying. It will take time. If you are addicted to doing things, it will take time to cleanse yourself. But when you apply all of these things that I've mentioned together, you apply it at once, you cleanse out yourself, your phone, your bed, the people around you, the places you go, so on and so forth. It will go a lot smoother. It will be a lot easier. Have possession over your own body. You have to have self-control. And the longer you go without it, the easier it becomes, and the less you desire it. Once you have conquered it, you will look at these things in disgust. You will feel free. You will feel so free. Also know that when you indulge in sexual activities with somebody, that is a spiritual marriage. You become one. Their problems become your problems. Their energy becomes your energy. Their depression is your depression. Their anger is your anger. Especially if it's one night stands, if it's not serious, you're being with somebody who is also with other people. Oh yeah, those other people, their spirits, they're yours too. The more you do it, the more people you do it with, the less of you that you are. The less that you are of yourself. You are losing yourself the more that you are with other people. That is why the Most High tells us not to do it outside of marriage. If you do it, it is marriage. You know, being in the physical, we have to be in agreement as well in the physical. If you don't plan on staying with that person, you're harming yourself. If you are not equally yoked with the person, the problems that they had to work on, that they should work on, now you're not going to escape it. Because if they have problems that they will not work on, and you don't want those problems, you've overcome those problems, you never had to deal with those problems. Now you're sitting there wondering, why can't I shake this? Why do I have a gambling addiction all of a sudden? Why do I feel the urge to do drugs all of a sudden? Think it's all fun and games. It's not. It's really that deep. It's really deeper than that. It's really very serious. Okay, you have to take yourself seriously and know that you deserve better, that you are better than that. And it's an energy that you have. And so the more that you do it, the more that you share it with people, the more you're giving that power, that energy away. If you apply these things are looking up for you. And I will see you the next time I have a message for you all.